Oh, hey, look. Oh, you got a little friend. Oh, it's your little friend. Hey, look. One. You got one. Boom. You got two little friends. Welcome. Welcome, my friends. So obviously, right away from the beginning of the show, if this offends you, then certainly this is going to offend you. And you are on the wrong show, my friend. Now, I don't fly him around like that. But you might. Is there a little birdie in the house? I'll keep that on standby for reasons. Now, as you guys see right below me, right here, below me, you see that? That lets you know there's a link there for you to join the show to bring your football IQ, where I say this all the times, and a lot of times people don't get it, and I say it, though, all the time. The true geniuses, the high football IQ, comes from you, the fans. From the time you were a little kid still putting dookie in your shorts, wearing your favorite jersey number, and sporting that to school and show and tell, you've been watching this game you love. It's the fans that have that football IQ. I'm just saying. It's the way it goes. So, look below me. You want to join the show live and share your football IQ, you look right below me. And that's the link to come live right here with me on StreamYard. And we're going to have a blast today. Week 16. NFL. Week 16. Oh, we got some games today. We had some Christmas games. How about that on Christmas? But we got some games today, some upcoming games, just to mention a few of them. Detroit, how about Detroit when I called that upset last week? People thought I was crazy. Okay, they thought I was crazy. But I didn't just, when I called it Detroit beating the Cardinals last week, I called it the biggest upset of the season. And I mean, can you guys argue with me? I think it was the biggest upset of the season. I really do think it was that. I didn't just call that with a whim. By no means. I did not call that on a whim. I called that based on the fact how many close games, close games had Detroit been in? How many? And then I look at the Cardinals and I think about it, and I thought about that matchup, and I said, you know, they're in D-Town. Being like D-Town, they owe their fans something exciting. So I just thought, this is the one where it's close, but no cigar for the visitors at Ford Field in Detroit. I made the call. Biggest upset of the 2021 season. I know there was more than me that said it, but the only reason one guy on here said it is because he hates the Cardinals. So, anyway, that was my biggest upset pick. Right there, you guys got to see that. Anyway, today, Detroit is traveling on the road to Atlanta. I don't know how good that's going to be for them. I mean, to me, okay, it was... You're not getting me calling... You're not going to get me to call the upset like that again. That was a special, significant thing there, and it wasn't a whim. I felt really strong about it. Before I get into all these games, let me just go ahead and sound off some results for you real quick here. On Thursday the 23rd, the San Francisco 49ers fell to the Titans, 20-17. Garoppolo I was watching the show. They're saying Garoppolo was going to be the the guy, like the number one guy available, quarterback available. I don't think so. I think there's going to be a shakeup in the NFL going into the 2022 season. I think you're going to have Russell Wilson available. I think you're going to have Deshaun Watson available. Depending on what happens with the Green Bay Packers in the playoffs. We saw what happened to him last year. Aaron Rodgers went invisible for months. We'll see what happens there. You get another result like you did in the playoffs. Playoffs? With Aaron Rodgers this year, he'll be available too. I just think that Garoppolo is one quarterback that will be available. I don't think he's going to be the most desired available quarterback. I think that we'll see that play off as it goes, but I really do not think that. I think there's quarterbacks out there, and it's going to be really shooken up here when we see what happens the off season leading into 2022. Anyway, the 49ers did lose to the Titans, who improved to 10-5. The Browns, ouch. Baker Mayfield was throwing the ball to the other team quite a bit. They lost by 2 points. It was 24-22, the Packers. Packers improved to 12-3. Obviously sitting there on that bye week saying, hello. Oh, we're in the playoffs. Oh, hello, and by the way, looks like we're going to have a bye week. Oh, and by the way, home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Playoffs? That's what that's looking like right now. With that being said, here's a little thing to think about here, guys. With that being said, okay, Baker Mayfield throwing the ball to the other team. With that being said, at the very end of the game, the Browns had the ball, and there was a blatant pass interference, no call. That would have kept that potential winning drive alive. So with all that being said, as you see the Packers improve to 12-3 and in that position to have the bye week, everything going with it in their conference, they only won by 2. And when I look at that and the fact that they only won by 2, okay, there was a no call at the end that could have, and it looked like it was going to, change that game right there, and Cleveland was going on a winning drive. I mean, just looking at that, Baker Mayfield threw 4 interceptions in this game, and they only lost by 2 points, and then the big no call at the end. I know the coulda, shoulda, wouldas. I get it. I know. I'm speaking on behalf of the fact that you had a 7-7 Cleveland Brown team going up against a 11-3 Green Bay Packer team. Packers, who in the game got 4 interceptions against Baker, only won by 2. Okay? And the big no call at the end there, Browns could have easily won that game even throwing 4 interceptions. Here's Derek Buck. Derek, how's it going, buddy? Says Rodgers is going to look good in Niner red and gold next year. And then he's got, I wish. Well, Derek, here's the thing with that. First and foremost, you got to think of what's going to happen with the Packers and the playoffs. Playoffs? Now, if you get a stupid decision again and you're at the goal line and you're going to run the ball instead of throw it with Aaron Rodgers, or you're going to try to kick a field goal and then come back all the way down and score, all we know, Aaron Rodgers is gone. If the Packers win a Super Bowl this year, okay, so you got to think about that. Next, Derek, what we have to think about is, didn't you guys draft a quarterback? And isn't it that why Garoppolo's leaving? Didn't you guys, make quite an effort to draft your first-round quarterback? I'm just saying. Derek, your Niners were in a Super Bowl not too long ago. Their quarterback was Garoppolo. But the reason why they were in that Super Bowl, more important than not, Derek, was because of their dominant defense, which they sold off. Most pieces of it. They sold it off. And it's strange to me coming from a GM like John Lynch, who knows about Tampa Bay 2 defense. He knows about defenses winning championships. We won a championship with John Lynch here back in 2002. How do we do that? Defense. So, Derek, you guys went to the Super Bowl with Garoppolo. Now you've drafted a number one pick, not a number one pick, but you've drafted a first-round pick quarterback, okay? And that's why you're getting rid of Garoppolo. My advice to you guys with the 49ers is think about your defense. Because we all know, and we've heard it on this show 100 times, you can win games. You can win a division. But if you want to win a championship, championships are won with defense. That's a fact. I'm just saying. So, Derek, there's my take on that with the idea that Aaron Rodgers is a California boy and he's going back to Cali. Going back to Cali. I don't think so. All right. So anyway, that's how we went there with that one. When I was talking back to that Green Bay and the Browns, I'm sorry, Green Bay, but I wasn't too impressed. I was not too impressed with that, even after you got 4 interceptions. The Colts to the Cardinals. The Colts take down the Cardinals. 1 week removed from the biggest upset in the 2021 season. Ford Field, D-Town, the Motor City, Restore the Roar Lions took out the Cardinals. The Colts said, we'll take a little piece of that too. The Colts have improved to 9-6. That takes the Cardinals to 10-5. Boy, the Cardinals were the team everybody was talking about, the conference championship a couple weeks out here. That's what they were talking about. So the Cardinals are a totally different team from 4 weeks ago. Okay? All right. How about we talk about, and by the way, those were Christmas games right there and over. Let's get into what we're going to see today. We're going to see the Giants, 4-10 Giants at the 7-7 Eagles. What do you guys think about that? I got the Eagles on that one, by the way. The Jaguars are going to the Jets. What do you think about that? I'll tell you what I think. I don't think the Jaguars want to win another game this year. I really don't. I don't think the Jaguars want to win another game this year. But I got them winning it. The Detroit Lions are traveling to the Falcons. What do I tell you about Detroit when they were in D-Town? Made this biggest upset of 2021 and took out the Cardinals. I'm not so sure the Detroit Lions want to win another game this year. Okay? What are you going to get for it? Less. You see what I'm saying here? We start talking about this. Detroit gets another win. What are you going to get for it? Less. Why? Because you're going to get less in the draft from it is what you're going to get. So does Detroit really want to win another game? Do they? Why? You'll get nothing. You'll get nothing. I don't want but you know this. That's where I look at it with Detroit. You'll win today. you get nothing, okay? Some out of you. What do you think you're going to get, huh? You get nothing. You lose today, you get something, okay? I know what it's like. I know, you're in the locker room and you lose all the time. It gets lonely. No press want to talk to you. It gets lonely, okay? But if you win today, you get nothing. So Detroit, I mean, watch out, guys. I don't know you want to pick Detroit today, you know? I got the Falcons winning that game. The Chargers at 8-6 travel to Texas. Okay? Texas 3-11. The Texans. It's a sad story. A very sad story. In fact, to tell you what, it's so sad. Let's get into really how sad is the Texas story. Okay? I'm going to tell you. First and foremost, when I start thinking, I'll think about it like this, okay? First and foremost, how sad is Texas? It's kind of sad, like sad, like being a Texas fan and being like this. Why? Everything was supposed to be great in Texas. Everything was supposed to be big in Texas and bigger in Texas. Steaks, cow, everything like that. It was supposed to be big in Texas. It was supposed to be. So, like I say, everything is sad in Texas, you know? And as you're sitting there as someone who really loved the Texas stuff, you're thinking, Texas. I know. No, I'm not making fun of you, I said, okay? But it is sad. What a destroyed organization in Texas. What are you going to do with this team? I mean, what are you going to do with this team? A guy gets a massage and everybody freaks out. Now I know what you're thinking right now. Hey, wait a second. He was out of line. Well, I'm sorry. Here's a news flash for you. Now I'm going to give it to you, okay? And let me give you my take on the news flash here, you guys. You're going to freak out on me, okay? And that's okay if you freak out. I'm here for that. You can freak out on me, okay? I'm here for that. Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news from Sports Static. And this is big, guys. It is so big. And I'll tell you why. Yeah, I know. Okay, the guy got a massage. But how many people are flying if you're a masseuse? I'm talking if you're an NFL player. If you're a masseuse, okay? And you're like on the phone and you're, hello? Hello? Oh, hi, Mom. Oh, yeah. Oh, what am I doing tonight? Oh, the quarterback for the Texans, he's going to fly me out from New York. He's going to fly me out. He just wants me to rub his back. And I got the mom on the other. He wants you to rub what? His back. Has anybody thought about this for a couple seconds here? Kind of weird to me. And then there's this lawsuit. How do you... I don't know. But maybe I just think different. Okay? Of course, I'm the guy who doesn't understand why everybody can't change a tire on a car. Because the tire comes off every nut in the same way you open a peanut butter jar. So if you can open a peanut butter jar, if you can open a jelly jar, you can take the nut off the same way. I'm that guy, so I don't know. You talk about common sense, it's not very common. there goes that. Chargers beat the Texans today, by the way. The Ravens at 8-6 travel to the Bengals. This is a good game, okay? It's a good game. If you didn't have, I think, third or fourth string quarterback for the Ravens, I don't even know. I guess he's third. I don't know. I mean, I guess he's third. That being said, I got the Bengals improving to 9-6, and poor Ravens are going to drop to 8-7, just barely over 500 for the season. The Chicago Bears lead off the later afternoon games at 4 o'clock. Chicago Bears at 4-10 with the quarterback Nick Foles. This guy will take you to Disneyland, Disney World. Goes to Seattle to take on the 5-9 Seattle Seahawks. If you want to talk about a quarterback going somewhere, Derek, you might think that Russell Wilson might want to come to San Francisco. But then again, I talk about it. What are you going to do with the young quarterback you just drafted? Work on your defense. Russell Wilson's going to be gone from the Seahawks. Where's he going to go? Where? You guys got to look at things, and you got to start looking at the teams that actually have funds available. And if you got to destroy your team to make funds available, it's not going to work out for you. It's just not. I had someone from the Saints, a Saints fan, tell me, oh, yeah, Tampa Bay bought the Super Bowl. I'm sorry, but they had the same amount of money available that every other team did based on decisions they made in prior years. And going into the 2020 season, there was only one team that had less money available than the Saints. The Saints literally spent all their freaking money. So you don't tell me, oh, they bought this. The Saints bought what they thought would be a championship team. Okay? Nobody wanted Antonio Brown. Nobody wanted Leonard Fournette. Okay? And for that matter, how many bidders were there on Tom Brady? Hello? But anyway, I'm saying, last year, the Saints had like $500,000 available. That's going to get you what? So they dropped some things, made some changes into the year coming up, and now you got to see and wait and see what are they going to do 2022. In my opinion, the organization, the GM from the top to the bottom have made bad decisions in New Orleans. It's why when you get rid of Drew Brees, who obviously, Drew Brees and Alvin Kamara have run the team when they had Thomas available, but where's he at? Where's he been the last 2 years? So I don't want to hear it. I'm sorry, but who dat nation, it's always somebody else's fault. Look into your organization, okay? First. Then look around. But first, look into the organization. Look through the GM, your head coach, decisions made for the roster, and then you come tell me. You know the deal. What's up? You know the deal. I could see the Giants trying to get Russ, even though Daniel Jones isn't their problem. Okay. I like that. You know, Miami is a team right now that I know Tua's in there doing the best he can, but there's a far cry in the differences between a Tua and a Russell Wilson, between a Tua and a Deshaun Watson, between a Tua and Garoppolo. Okay, now we're starting to, okay. So Miami, in my opinion, is going to upgrade to a veteran quarterback in the offseason and move it into the 2022 season. Watch out, because the division, we've talked about this so many times before, guys. so many times before. The AFC East was the New England Patriots for 20 years. Belichick, Brady. That division, 20 years, was the New England Patriots. Look what's happening right now. Now, don't get me wrong. New England made an incredible pick for Mac Jones. Okay? They've got a quarterback for the future, a franchise quarterback. I believe it. I really do. But I believe Buffalo does as well. Okay? So you really look at that AFC East division. 2022 is going to be one hell of a battle in that division. That's going to be a huge. The AFC conference, I'm telling you guys, that AFC is something else. Something else. But particularly the AFC East, the battle that's going to be within that AFC East, New England Patriots, the Buffalo Bills, and the Miami Dolphins, they will battle it out. And then, fair enough to even this season right now as we see it happening. But watch out for the Miami Dolphins 2022. This has been a work in progress for several years right now, and we've watched this, okay? We've watched that team get stripped down for picks and everything else, and here they come. Let me just tell you right now what you're looking at in the AFC East. The Patriots are 9-5, the Bills are 8-6, and the Miami Dolphins are 7-7. With a Dolphin win today, they're 8-7. 8-7. Okay? It's a big deal. They're 8-7. The Patriots lose today. The Patriots will be 9-6. That means Buffalo beat them today, and Buffalo will improve to 9-6. Okay? The difference is that with today's game, Buffalo would be 4-1 in their division, and the Patriots would be 3-2 in the division. So today, with a Buffalo win, Buffalo moves into first place. Okay? The Patriots will be 9-6, and right behind them today with a Miami win, they'd be 8-7. Do you see where we're going here? This is right now exactly what you're going to see next year. But next year, in the conversation of first place in this division this time of the season, with a veteran quarterback in Miami, could very well be the Miami Dolphins. You watch. You watch. What a difference in the division you take one guy out of it. I mean it. What a difference in the division you take one guy out of it. True. It's true. All right, let's move along here. So with Chicago, with Nick Foles going into Seattle today, you know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take the Bears to win the game with Nick Foles. You heard me right there. You heard me right there. The Super Bowl winning quarterback, Nick Foles. Just saying. I'm just saying. The Super Bowl winning quarterback, Nick Foles, goes to Seattle today to take on the Seahawks. The 5-9 Seahawks, by the way. And he gets to win. Then he gets to win. The Pittsburgh Steelers at 7-6-1 travel to Kansas City to get their ass handed to them today. Okay? I know Kelsey, they're saying Kelsey's out and everything like that. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Donald, good morning. Good morning. Chiefs are right now rolling pretty good. The difference in the Chiefs this year, and you guys tell me if you agree with me, I think we saw what pulled them through. What pulled them through? Okay? Remember, 4 of their losses came in 5 games this year. Or is it 6? But I'm just saying, they were stacked right there. What changed with Kansas City that we haven't seen this good in the past couple years, even with a championship team? Their defense. Their defense. Facts. Their defense. So you take that and you have such a majorly improved defense already with what is week in, week out a potentially explosive offense. And you got a playoff team. Playoffs? Playoffs. That's right. You got a playoff team. The 7-7 Broncos. By the way, the Chiefs win that game today against the Steelers. The 7-7 Broncos travel to Vegas to take on the 7-7 Raiders. The Raiders have had a hell of a season, guys. I mean, you really got to be well-versed in diversity. The Raiders are. And here's what I'll say about the Raiders. If you've left the Raiders in the game, if you've left the Raiders within a score, a possession, if you've left them there in the end of the fourth quarter, your chances aren't looking that great. Here's something for you guys to think about. Donald's on show with me here. Donald, Raiders by 6. Let me throw something shocking at you. Since 2015, which quarterback in the NFL has the most fourth quarter comeback victories? Leave that for you right there. A little moment of silence. In fact, with the moment of silence, when I ask you this, ponder on it for a second. Ponder on it. Which quarterback? Look at this guy. He's got some skin on his chin. That's disgusting. Which fourth quarter has the most... Listen, pal, relax. Which quarterback has the most fourth quarter comebacks in the NFL since the 2015 season? I gave you guys enough time. You had plenty of time to Google that one, okay? Plenty of time. It's Derek Carr. Okay? That too. There you go, Donald. It's Derek Carr. Everybody disses Derek Carr. Instead of being able to isolate him as a quarterback, to isolate him as a quarterback with an arm, to isolate him as a quarterback with an accurate arm, to isolate him as a quarterback who never gives up, okay? Who has the locker room, who has his team, who is a highly competitive player, who has the most fourth quarter comebacks out of all NFL quarterbacks in the last 6 years. That's Derek Carr. And a lot of times people knock him, but because they're looking at it as the Raiders organization, the Raiders team, the Raiders coaching, the Raiders this, the Raiders ownership, the Raiders GM through and through. But not a lot of people are putting on blinders, you know? And when you put on blinders, hey, think about that for a second. Okay? When you put on them blinders and you can see Derek Carr as a quarterback in the NFL, imagine taking some championship teams and flipping and flopping them around. That couple of years ago, a few years back when you had the San Francisco 49ers in the Super Bowl, had they had a Derek Carr as their quarterback, how would have that game turned out? I know, I say it all the time, the woulda, coulda, shouldas, and I'm not about it. What I am doing is getting you to take the blinders, okay? The blinders. Because you can only see like that, or right directly in front of you. Open them blinders up a little bit and get the entire view here, okay? Get the entire view. I think Derek Carr is a quarterback much the same as a Matthew Stafford of the Detroit Lions, okay? You can plug that player into a different team with defense, and you're going to get some results. You're going to get some results. I mean, you look at the Rams right now at 10-4. You plug Derek Carr in, and I'm telling you right now, they could easily be 12-2. Okay? I mean it. You had Matthew Stafford hurt pretty bad throughout this season. They could have easily been at 12-2. I think when I make this comparison that I'm making right there of Matthew Stafford, career in Detroit, crap-ass organization. That organization, you guys probably agree with me, it's like right there. S-H-I-T. Ship high in transit. You know that organization? You know that organization, and guys, look, is owned by the Ford family? Yeah, the Ford. You know what Ford family I'm talking about. Pickup trucks, Mustangs, and stuff like that. The Ford Focus. Yeah, that organization that can't build a football team. Man, come on. You took a Matthew Stafford playing for a team like that, and it's the same way I look at it as where you got a Derek Carr in an organization that's been a little dysfunctional. We've had some major things happening to that team, and he suffers the consequence. But what would happen if you plug and play Derek Carr? Let's just think of this. What would the Miami Dolphins look like next year with a Derek Carr? What would the Pittsburgh Steelers look like next year with a Derek Carr at quarterback? Okay? It's another team to think about, guys. Think about this. On where there's going to be some available quarterbacks going. Okay? Would you Pittsburgh people want a Russell Wilson? Would you want a Garoppolo? How about a Deshaun Watson? Remember, you got Big Ben retiring. Okay? Miami's talking about a quarterback. Between them two teams, when you look at them right there, guys, think about this now. Think about it. I'm telling you. Anyway, I do have the Raiders beating the Broncos today. Washington at 6-8 travels to the 10-4 Cowboys. Guys, I know when you're looking at this and you're thinking Washington going into Dallas, okay? Dallas at 10-4, you're just thinking to whip on them. Watch out and be careful. Watch out and be careful. The reason why I say that is because this, you know what? I'll tell you what. The Washington Redskins could potentially be the sleeping beauty this week. That everybody's looking right past and looking for the Cowboys to go right to 11-4. Okay? But be very, very careful. Okay? Be very careful. Because this really could. What is that right there? Donald? Donald said he's picking Washington by 3. Donald, did you just make the upset of the week? That's pretty big, Donald. Donald, that's pretty big. But not as big as my upset pick last week, picking the Detroit Lions to knock off the Cardinals. But it is big. Everybody watch out for that game, okay, on a serious level, okay? That's Sunday night. That's tonight, the 8:20 game on NBC. 6-8 Washington looks to spoil some things for the Cowboys this evening. I still got the Cowboys winning that game. I do. Okay? Donald picked the upset. And your Monday Night Football. Speaking of the Dolphins, at 7-7, travel to New Orleans to take on the 7-7 Aints. Okay? I got the Dolphins winning that game, guys. I do. I got the Dolphins winning that game. I don't know what you guys got on that, but I got the Dolphins winning that game. I'm just saying. Okay? I'm just saying. Could happen. Could happen. Okay, moving along here. I want to make sure that we're on top of everything. There's been so many things going on in the NFL because, you know, people are sick, everything happening like that, you know. So we talked about the Giants and Daniel Jones and potentially someone going to the Giants. I don't see that happening with the Giants. I think the Giants have other areas to improve, and I think their quarterback look, guys, you look at it, everybody wants to be so picky with quarterbacks, and they see them, they get a sample taste of them, and they're like done with them. But you got to understand that a quarterback's success has a lot to do with the team that's built around them. And Danny Jones, hey, Danny Jones hasn't really had an opportunity to have a team around him to show us that he's that winning quarterback. But I'll tell you this. I believe he is. There's 32 teams in the NFL, guys. And there's probably 10 winning quarterbacks that you want to keep. I'm just saying. Okay? Don't get so picky. There's so many other areas in the Giants team that need to be fixed right now. Other news, Travis Kelce still in the COVID-19 protocols, and he's not going to play. Kansas City still, come on. The Chiefs are going to beat the Steelers today, guys. They are. You guys got a chance on Christmas Day to see that the Colts and Carson Wentz, hey, for years now, remember when Carson Wentz went down with the knee, okay? He was an MVP candidate that season. He had the Eagles looking hot. He was an MVP then. And then the wheels came off of it. Nick Foles, as we know, came into the playoffs. By the way, Nick Foles will be starting for the Bears today in Seattle. For the Bears, taking on Seattle in Seattle today. Nick Foles will do something good today. Why? For money. For money. Watch this. Nick Foles comes in and does something good today and gets a win. You start him again the next 2 games of the season. He does good, has some outrageous stats. He'll go to a different team next year and get paid again. I'm just saying. That's what'll happen. Watch. You guys watch. You just watch that. Donald, what do you think about the Vikings and the Rams today? I think the Rams win. I think the Rams win today against the Vikings. There's so many reasons why, okay? So many. And I know the Rams are on the road, okay? They're playing the Vikings. Your quarterback for the Rams has a hell of a lot of experience playing the Vikings. And he's probably played the Vikings, I don't know, between 16 and 20 times. I'm not sure how much. But Matthew Stafford knows the Vikings. In turn, the Vikings know Matthew Stafford. But the Rams on the road today are a better team, and they're going to win the game. They're going to win the game today. So I've got the Rams winning that. Donald, who do you have? Which I think I know. The Vikings are sitting at 7-7. Okay? Rams winning today, spread their wings a little bit, will improve to 11-4. Okay? 11-4. Very big deal. Very big deal today for the Rams to win this game. A very big deal. Okay? Because if the Rams lose, they're at 10-5. Okay? At 10-5. That'll bump the Cardinals back up into first place because of the fact that the Cardinals are 4-1 in the division. Okay? They're 4-1 in the division. Where the Rams are 3-2. What? You're picking the Vikings? Donald, you're picking the Vikings to win the game. Donald. See, now, Donald, when you make these picks here, I'm wondering, is Donald making a pick based off of his football IQ? Okay? Is Donald making the pick based off of his football IQ? Or is he making the pick from his heart, from his emotions? Is he an emotional picker? Or, Donald, are you basing your pick for Minnesota beating the Rams based on your football IQ? It's important for me to know. It's important for me to know. Anyway. I got the Rams winning that game. Very important for them to win the game today. Very important, guys. That wraps up essentially where we were with that. I had a couple other things I want to talk about with the Chargers. Eckler tests positive again. He's missing. Okay. He's missing. Obviously, we all saw what Brett Favre did in passing Brett Favre. An organization, guys, listen to this. An organization over the last 20 years, okay, that has two quarterbacks, okay, two quarterbacks, guys, that have thrown. This is just the craziest thing you guys are ever going to see. That have thrown over 440 touchdowns. Okay? And what do they have to show for it? Two Hall of Fame quarterbacks in 20 years, back to back here. What do they have to show for it? They got 2 Super Bowls. Listen to when I tell you guys this all the time. And I've had this discussion with you guys a lot. Donald, I get what you're saying. It's hard to beat the Vikings in their home, but I mean, who are the Vikings? Who are the Vikings? And who are the Rams? Okay? Who are the Vikings? Who are the Rams? I know. But Donald, again, I'm just saying, is that what you're basing it off of? Or is there an emotional thing that goes a little deeper here? Is this a football IQ decision? Especially when you're saying the Vikings by 6. I tell everybody all the time, okay, what do I say all the time? I've made this suggestion to people before on this show because people are so now, we want this, and they don't get it and they don't understand is that I've made this suggestion on my show over the last, you see this right now, Donald, and pay attention to that comment right there, Donald, okay? You know the deal comes right in and tells you. Tells you right there. And I got to question you, Donald. Anyway, In the last 4 years, I have given you some ideas of things where people are just sometimes extremely blind to the idea, and I've made the notion to them that if I could tell you right now, you'll have several losing seasons. Several. But over the next 20 years, your team is going to win 2 Super Bowls. And I can guarantee you that. And I can guarantee you your organization over the next 20 years is going to win 2 Super Bowls. But there's going to be a lot of seasons they lose. They're going to look bad. They're going to be whatever. But here you go. I'm going to give you this deal. Take it or leave it. You'll suffer some seasons that are horrible. You'll suffer a lot of losses. But if you take this card right here, it's a guarantee that in 20 years, you'll win 2 Super Bowls. Now, in turn, here's a card I'm going to give you that says anything can happen. You can win multiple Super Bowls. You can do this, but the cards are wild. The field is wild, and anything can happen here. It's a free reign. 20 years, anything can happen. You want the anything can happen card, or do you want the guaranteed 2 Super Bowls in 20 years? I'm taking the 2 Super Bowls in 20 years. Why? Because I'm going to give my organization, I'm going to give my city, my state, I'm going to give my loyal football fans a championship season, a parade. The whole thing is going to be a celebration. Some things people never experience in their lifetime. Hello? I'm taking the 2 Super Bowls in 20 years. Now, when I say that, Johnny Dean in the house. So when I say that and I bring that offer up to you and I say, would you take a guarantee that your team wins 2 Super Bowls in 20 years? And a lot of the seasons in that 20 years is going to be horrible. But if you take this card, I will guarantee you they get 2 Super Bowl wins. Or you can just play fate, take this card, and try to win as many as you can. I'm taking the guarantee. You give me that card, I'll take the 2 Super Bowl in 20 years. Why? Again, to give my fans, my loyal fans, my city, my state, the organization, championship feeling, a parade, a celebration, the jerseys, the merchandise you're going to move, all that stuff, okay? But it's not just that. So what I want you to do and look at this. How many teams over the last 50 years have won 2 Super Bowls in 2 years? In 20 years, sorry. How many teams have won 2 Super Bowls in 20 years? It's crazy if you look at it. Even look at it over the last 30 years, 40 years. Look over the 40 years. How many teams out of 32 teams have won 2 Super Bowls in 20 years? Now, for the Buccaneers, we did. 2002, 2020, okay? I'm just saying. And there you go right there, Johnny Dean. Come right up with the Patriots. And that's what I want you guys to remember now. And remember this. If you're talking of the last 20 years, the Patriots were in almost half of them. The Patriots were in 9 Super Bowls. Tom Brady was in 10 of them. I'm just saying. Donald says, I got to say you have a great show. I try to tune in every week as I can. Thank you. No, Donald, thank you, Donald. And it's always good to see you. So anyway, guys, when you think about it, look, if you've got a team, guys, don't be so fast and so quick on them. Think about the run they're on. That could be a several-year run. And I started this conversation based off the fact if we're thinking if the New York Giants should dump a Danny Jones, okay? And you look at it. And the same thing you're looking at in San Francisco. They're a couple years separated from a Super Bowl with Garoppolo. Garoppolo's out. There's not a veteran coming in, guys. There's not. They drafted a quarterback first round this year. Okay? Build the other side of the damn team. The San Francisco 49ers have been losing their ass because they sold off the whole ingredients to a championship team. But most of it, they started selling that defense off and breaking it apart, which is really what took them to the Super Bowl that year. It was their defense. How do I know that? Because on my show, I was talking about how Garoppolo was winning playoffs, by completing 9 and 10 passes. How do you do that? How do you do that? This guy right here with skin on his chin is thinking the same thing. How do we do that? I know. If you're not a good GM, yeah, I know. If you're not a good GM, you're going to be this guy. No job, no money. I don't know about the no wife thing. That's kind of harsh. No house, potentially. Help. 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 I'm just saying. Anyway. Johnny Dean. There was some breaking news a couple of hours ago. New York is keeping Joe Judge and Danny Jones at least through 2022, which I think is a smart move, Johnny Dean. On the Daniel Jones part of it, I think it's a smart move. He's a competitive quarterback, okay? And there's so many other areas with that team you need to fix, and it's not going to be fixed. All right, let's just go ahead. Let's do this. Let's just go ahead. Let's do this. Let's look into the crystal ball. Let's just imagine, looking through the crystal ball, that the Giants get like a Russell Wilson, okay? Hell, let's just imagine they get a Deshaun Watson. They don't got a problem with all the, maybe not, I don't know. Massages are kind of popular in New York. You can get all kinds of... They don't have to fly to Texas now to give you a massage, Deshaun. They're right here in New York. They're a taxi drive away, an Uber. They can Uber. You can Uber a massage, a masseuse. I'm just saying, as I look into my crystal ball, guys, and if you look there and you say, okay, Danny Jones staying in New York, you can plug and play a quarterback into New York. There's more work to be done. Spend your money elsewhere on this team, and you make it happen. Spend your money elsewhere on this team. It's my opinion right there as I look through the crystal ball, guys. Isn't that beautiful music? I don't want you guys to get emotional over it or anything like that, but it's beautiful music. It's beautiful. All right, let me get back here. In fact, you know what I want to do, guys? It's that time of the show. And for me, when I say it's that time of the show, it's time to kick in the funk, okay? Let's kick in the funk here. Where's my funk? There it is. Yeah. All right. There we go. Let's see what we got here. How about the Giants draft some offensive linemen, protect whoever is their quarterback? There you go right there. You know the deal. There you go right there. You know the deal. Okay? Heath, Brady and the Bucs are embarrassed, hurting, and angry. LFG, next man up. You're right, Heath. But Heath, I got to tell you, Heath, I got to tell you something. I get what you're saying, but the Bucks aren't embarrassed. Okay? The Bucks are not embarrassed. There's nothing embarrassing about having your top guys get injured. There's nothing embarrassing about that. We've always known about the Bucks secondary. And the other 31 teams in the NFL know that you can push the Buccaneers through the air. Every other team, there's 31 teams in the NFL who know this and knew this, okay? And if you can't get first downs and move down the field and score points against that Bucs secondary, that says everything about the offense that you actually have, okay? It does. But do I think the Bucs are, that Brady and the Bucs are embarrassed, hurting, and angry? No. I don't at all. Angry? Yes. But the anger comes out of frustration, okay? There's things that happen here. This is the NFL. The injuries. It's the injuries. And you said it right. But the thing I agree with in this post, Heath, where you said LFG, which I know is let's effing go. I know what that is. Next man up. And I agree with that. Let me catch up here. Johnny Dean says the Clemson coach is going to end up in Houston and Watson will stay there on house arrest. I don't see that happening at all, Johnny. I don't see it happening at all. I believe Houston have neglected Watson. They hung him out to dry. I don't think this case is as serious as everybody's taking it, and they've put all the blame on Watson, is my true opinion, instead of actually going ahead, taking a little bit of evidence, putting it underneath the scope and focusing the scope in and viewing that. Can we first talk about why are masseuses traveling by plane to get this guy a back rub? And I gave the idea of this and how weird this is in the same way I did it, where I did an enactment of it. My little short film here goes like this. Here's my short film, okay? In fact, what I'm going to do with my short film, I'm going to bring back in my music right here, because I like that music, okay? So I'm going to play a little series for you here, guys, okay, with the Deshaun Watson thing. And I was team screwed him. The organization screwed him. They should have been there for this guy better. He should have had the best defenses that he could have. Obviously, he's got one, but listen to this. Here's my enactment of things going on here. This is a girl in New York City. She's a masseuse, okay? And it's Saturday morning. Ring. She gets a phone call, okay? Oh, hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Oh, hi, honey. How are you? Oh, I'm good. I made so much money rubbing guys down last night. You wouldn't believe it. I made like $6,000. $6,000? Well, where were you rubbing? Oh, Mom, I gotta go. I'm packing my bags. The mom. Packing your bags? Where you going? Oh, I'm going to Houston, Mom. The quarterback of the Houston football team, the NFL, he's paid for a flight. He wants me to come down there on an airplane, and he wants me to rub his back. And the mom says, well, don't they have girls in Houston that can rub his back? And the girl in New York, the masseuse, oh, maybe he likes my bangs. And I told him I had long fingers. I don't know. Anyway, that's it for my reenactment there, guys. I know I'm not the best actor ever, guys. I know I'm not. But that is it for my reenactment there. And I really hope you guys liked it. Back to some funk. Okay. Johnny says, the Saints have been building a team to defeat the NFC South for 20 years solid. I have zero concerns about what the Bucs can do from here out. And you know what, Johnny? That's to my point. Earlier in the show, I said the same thing, okay? The Saints blame everybody, and I had some Saints fans telling me, oh, the Bucs bought their Super Bowl. They bought this. They bought this. I'm sorry. But every organization has funds available, okay? And there's such a thing as a salary cap, okay? It's there. It's real, okay? Last year, Jeffrey Todd, what's up, buddy? Last year, the Saints had only one team, I think, worse than them with monies available. They literally had $500,000 available, okay? So when I hear the Saints fan tell me the Bucs bought their Super Bowl, they bought this. Well, I'm sorry, but the Saints bought a lot of stuff that didn't work because they spent more money than the Bucs did. Go figure that. And I'll tell you this right now, guys, the Saints season this year is a direct ramification of organizational and head coaching, if he's involved in the organization like I think he is with GM, mistakes. And you're right, Johnny Dean. This is a 20-year span here. They got a Super Bowl during Katrina. It was an emotional thing. I get it. But I don't want to hear that kind of stuff. They've been a failed organization in the sense where they've spent a lot of money to win it, okay? And they haven't got the results. And quite honestly, to tell everybody the truth is that last year, they spent more than 30 other teams to win. And it didn't happen. So for the Saints fans that want to say, oh, the teams bought their Super Bowl, every single team that's ever won a Super Bowl has had to pay for it because you're paying the best organization you can put together with this bag of money. You're all given a bag of money. And this is the same as when you guys get and build your team on fantasy football, okay? Because wins and losses play a part in this, okay? And then after the wins and losses plays a part based on draft picks, you all got a bag of money. Now, how good of a team can you buy with this bag of money? And can it bring you a championship? So I've got to question the Saints' IQ, football IQ. The couple people that I talk to, they completely and 100% have zero clue about freaking football organization, football, anything. They listen and hear people say stuff and then they repeat it. And they don't understand because everybody's so nice to them how stupid they sound. And once in a while, I'll point that out to somebody. But then again, I try to be a nice guy. Who wants to call somebody stupid? Less knowledgeable would be more appropriate. Okay, let me catch up to this stuff. Heath, I'm catching up to these comments. I want to highlight you guys on this stuff. He says the defense was the only part of that team that showed up last week. Johnny Dean, they only rub the front in Houston. Johnny, the way I like to say that when they only rub the front in Houston is I like to say a lot of those girls in Houston don't like chicken. And they like to choke the crap out of it. I'm just saying. I heard that they don't like chicken. They like beef in Houston, okay? They don't necessarily like chicken in Houston, okay? So they fly in these. Supposedly, they choke the crap out of it. But you know what I heard they do like in Houston? They like beef. They like beef. I don't know exactly what that has to do with the picture I'm showing you with the dog who actually has beef between his teeth. You know, I don't know. But anyway, that's for another conversation. Johnny Dean, it's so good to have him back because he got me to laugh out loud and laugh. And guys, that's what you're supposed to be doing now. You're supposed to be taking me off my game in that way. Heath says the offense will turn it around against the Panthers. Not so sure about offense turning it around, but you're right on one thing, Heath. It's next man up. Ronald Jones is straight downfield runner, okay? Catch the ball first, Ronald, then turn your head and run, okay? Do me that favor today. But the guys will step up today. There's something magical that happens when you have an incredible quarterback. He makes somebodies out of nobodies, okay? He does. And a quarterback like Tom Brady's done it his entire career. He made somebodies out of nobodies. Meaning if they would have been on a different team with a different quarterback in a losing organization, they may have been nobodies. So today, Tom Brady could potentially make a somebody out of a nobody. We could see that again today. Johnny Dean coming and saying, John, well, what I was emphasizing was Debo Sweeney to the Texans, and he could console Watson. And I agree on that he could console Watson, but I would think it would be more like Deshaun Watson telling Dabo Sweeney, hey, Dabo, you want to go out for an iced coffee? Maybe you should kind of rethink this Texas team here, this organization. Let's just go have an iced coffee. I got a couple things I want to tell you about this organization before you decide to come over here into Texas. Now, the beef is great in Texas. Anyway, I'm just saying. Okay, just saying. Donald says, my upset for the week is the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to win against Kansas City. It's a pretty good upset. But earlier in the show, wasn't it you earlier in the show that had a much bigger upset than that? I'm just saying. I thought you did. Johnny Dean says it's a business. Not one of those players play for free. Every time I hear someone say they bought a team, that's what every team does. Johnny, where have you been my whole life where I can actually talk about this stuff and somebody else is actually thinking exactly like me? Because we actually have been watching this game for a long time and understand it is a business first. It is. Every team gets to make picks based off they're rewarded for the prior season. So the first thing they get is a draft choice. And a lot of times that draft choice, okay, has a lot to do with poor decisions you've made. You get a high draft pick. So your reward of getting a high draft pick, you're being rewarded for not being able to spend money very good or not wanting to, Detroit Lions. Oh! Just because every team is allowed to spend the same amount of money doesn't mean they do. That's where you have a situation. Building an organization has a lot to do. There's so many things involved. And you're right, Johnny, when people say you bought it. Every team buys their team. Every one. They buy every one of those players' contracts. They have a bag of money. Every team starts out with that same bag. and they have the free will to spend every dollar in that bag. Johnny Dean, I don't know why we got to break it down for so many people. But mysteriously enough, and I hate to knock you Saints fans, and this is what you guys keep saying to me. And I know you're in the division with the Buccaneers, and you felt you should have went to the Super Bowl and won your second Super Bowl, and finally you're not the Aints, and you can finally take the paper bag that you wore over your head and take it out the back to the bonfire and roast up some marshmallows and have some New Orleans s'mores. But it ain't going to happen, and it ain't because the Buccaneers bought a championship. I'm just saying. Jeffrey, how's it going? He says the Steelers lose, LOL, have to stick to Chiefs, and think we will see Josh Gordon make some big plays this game. And you know what? That's a real good one right there, Jeffrey. Kelsey out. You're going to have a guy. You know what, Jeffrey? The craziest thing? I would put Josh Gordon at tight end. But essentially being right there in the slot, if you put him there in the slot, cutting across the same way he did to get that touchdown he got last week. Slant. Big guy. Okay? That's a good point right there. Good point to you right there. Josh Gordon's going to see some action. Chiefs missing Kelsey and Bolton, which sucks, but we can win without them. Jeffrey Todd, you will win the game without them today. You know the deal. Wendy's should sponsor Houston massage parlors. Where's the beef? When you say to me, you know the deal? When you say, where's the beef? I respond with, between your teeth. T-E-E-F. So when you say, where's the beef? I say it's between your teeth. Sorry, guys. I can't resist this stuff. I just can't resist this stuff. And thank you, you know the deal, for actually getting on my level there. Johnny Dean says, I have no worries about the Bucs today. A.B., Gronk, and even Perriman. And potentially Johnson. I'm with you there. Okay? And there's another tight end that makes some pretty good catches too. So I'm with you there as well, Johnny. And it turned into a big payday. You're right, it did. And he's very capable, Perriman. And Bell in the backfield to catch passes in the run game isn't too much of a letdown. You know what, Johnny? I'm so glad you said that, because I just mentioned earlier where we know for 100% that you're going to see a lot more actions today from Ronald Jones, who's a straight down the field runner. But then I put in that point that Ronald Jones, can you please catch the ball first and then look downfield? Right? But hold on a second here, guys, and hold your horses here, because Johnny Dean should have just settled everybody down immediately. Don't look so much to what Le'Veon Bell has done elsewhere, because he didn't have the best check down quarterback in the NFL, Tom Brady, who puts the ball on the money for him. Okay? This respect that Le'Veon Bell is going to walk into a locker room and have right away, guarantee on the practice field with Tom Brady, those two alone, and Tom saying, hey, Le'Veon, listen, okay? Look, we're going to resurrect your career right here and now, starting today. We got a couple games left. Okay, let's get this thing going. Be prepared today. Focus, okay? Let's get the ball and get some yards. Remember something that we love about Le'Veon Bell. Okay? I see this in some running backs, and you see it. Completely different running back of a Ronald Jones. Okay. Le'Veon Bell, Ronald Jones. The guy in between them is Leonard Fournette. I love Leonard Fournette. The second we got him, I was so happy. And all I thought of him was like a Detroit Diesel. You got to warm him up, keep using him, like Vinny the Microwave Johnson back in the Detroit Piston days. Got to warm this guy up. Okay? But Le'Veon Bell, extremely patient, letting a hole develop. Ronald Jones blasting through there. Guys didn't even get a chance to make their block. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Okay? Fournette, he's right in the middle there. Sometimes he puts his head down and goes. A lot of times, not so much so. A little bit more patient. More so lately. Been impressed with that. Okay? And then the Le'Veon Bell. That almost seems like, what are you doing? Run. If these guys can get chemistry today, the offensive line, Le'Veon Bell, okay, you might not see as much of Ronald Jones as you think you're going to. Just saying. But what a great pickup. Once again, Johnny, look, it's not our fault that our organization, that our GM, okay, head coach probably involved in some of these situations. We know Tom Brady's got some ear. He's in people's ears. It's not our fault that our organization's making better decisions. Great decision, in my view. Johnny, I think you share it, as so many other do. Great organizational decision to scrape Le'Veon Bell up where nobody else was scraping. Sorry, guys. We did it again. Johnny Dean should be a good day to start Hardman for the Chiefs. Yes. Johnny Dean back says Le'Veon Bell is at home in this system, his best years, or with Arians. And you're 100% right. And Arians knows what he has in Le'Veon Bell. He knows. Oh, my God. Johnny, where have you been all my life? What? You seriously make it so much easier for me here. Seriously make it so much easier for me. Guys, I'm going to run through all my picks right here, right now. Play along, guys. Get on your keyboard. As I go through each one of these teams, I want you guys to type in your pick. Let's go. Okay, let's type it in. You guys can be on the show, okay, if you want to. If you guys want to be on the show with me as we go through this right now, you can be. Okay, look. Right there below me. There's the link. Right below me. See that? See what that says? You can click that link and you can join me live right here. I'll put a window up for you. And you can join me right there. Oh, hey, look. That's Maria. Ah, look. All right, everybody, listen. Here's my beautiful niece right here. Okay? My beautiful niece right here. Stephanie Marie. Everybody, throw up the likes, throw up the hearts. Say, hi, Steph. Hi. Flutter out with those. Okay. So again, guys, as you see my link right here, if you want to join the show, I'm going to go through the picks, okay? And I want everybody, here we go, right here. Perfect. This is what I wanted when I said this right away. Johnny Dean in the house. What is up, my friend?
What's happening, John?
Not much, man. It's good to see you.
Oh, I'm glad I finally caught your show again, man.
I know, man. I know you got your hands in a lot of stuff when it comes to NFL. Johnny, we're on the same page once again here with the Le'Veon Bell pickup, man. What a huge deal, man.
Yeah, I think it was a great pickup, man. I watched him playing for the Ravens, and he wasn't bad. I mean,
Nope.
that team's set up for a run, so you expect him to be good. But you know, I expect him to catch it. I'm going to predict. Here's a bold prediction for you. Le'Veon Bell is going to get a passing touchdown, a receiving touchdown today.
I agree with you, and I agree he's going to have probably 8 touches for catches. 8 catches.
Yeah.
And I agree with you so much. Do you agree with me where I was kind of making that comparison with the Ronald Jones, the Fournette, and the Le'Veon Bell on where they are as running backs and differences?
Yeah, I think Bell in his prime was a clone of Fournette.
Yes. Fournette, I am extremely happy with him in his development. I think he's gotten so much better this last year.
Yeah.
He's a smarter running back.
He's the opposite of Rojo. Rojo's had one fairly good season
Right.
in his career, and they came into the league at the same exact time,
Yeah.
Lenny and Jones. And here, Lenny's had one bad season where you could actually call it a bad season in his career.
Right.
So they're
I
kind of
agree.
opposites, man.
No, I agree with you.
I don't know what
Rob
the Jaguars
Brown.
were thinking.
I don't know what the Jaguars were thinking either, especially when the fact, and think of this right now, with the Jaguars with Trevor Lawrence and having Le'Veon Bell there. You're so close. So close.
Okay,
Right
we're
there.
gonna have a difference of opinion on Trevor Lawrence because I think the guy's a horrible quarterback.
Well, I'm
And
not
I
so
said
sure he's
that-
been
I said
given.
that during the draft when everybody was talking him up, and I watched his tape. He overthrows in the red zone constantly. He can't focus on bringing the ball down. If you watch, he always overthrows his players. Always.
I don't think he's used to having 350-pound guys.
You know what
Like-
today is, right?
What's that?
You know what today is, right? These
Today?
two quarterbacks today, Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence, 1 and 2 quarterbacks, are going to repeat the Winston and Mariota thing, and going to make Winston and Mariota look like gods.
Yeah. Who do you got? Speaking of that, who do you got Jags versus the Jets today?
Man, let me get a coin out and flip it.
I
I think I took the Jets. I'm not sure.
I got the Jags, and the reason why I got the Jags is just because I think the Jaguars got a better defense.
6 one, half a dozen the other. They're carbon copies of each other, man.
I'll tell you, Johnny, and I truly believe this, okay, if the Jaguars can improve on their offensive line and they can get it to where Trevor Lawrence has time to make these passes, I think he's got an arm on him. And I think with him having time, I just think when you throw a rookie quarterback in that he's transitioned from the college to the NFL, and that transition is the worst case scenario you can think of, and you're running for your life week in, week out. It's a lot to ask a rookie.
I don't remember a Lions quarterback ever coming in and having a nine touchdown to 14 interception season.
That's a pretty good point, but they're there, I guarantee it. We got to remember, we can easily find those stats because we've really, until we got Matthew Stafford, whew,
I think you'd have to
Wow.
go back quite a ways to find that.
yeah, we go through a lot of garbage finding that out.
That's the team I like talking about right now, the Lions. My co-host on my NFL show is a Lions fan. He is
Yeah?
a fan. He loves that coach, man. He loves Dan Campbell, and I can understand why. The team loves him.
You know, my biggest upset of the season was last week, and I did pick Detroit to beat the Cardinals.
I think I've picked Detroit about 4 times, and then I quit picking them. And when I quit picking them, they started winning.
Hey, they've been so close every time.
They have. They fought it through every game they've been in, except for maybe 2.
Hey, man, you never know. I mean, but at the end of the day, is the Ford Motor Company going to build a football team?
Hey, that last comment down there by Misador, I 100% agree with that.
What,
The last one down.
the last one down?
Yeah. Trevor's a one-read quarterback.
Okay. You guys are on the same page as far as that goes right there. But Misador, first of all, what's up, buddy? But again, it's just you're throwing these quarterbacks. And Johnny, I get what you're saying. A lot of other quarterbacks have been thrown to the dogs, okay? But you're coming in where you were a quarterback where you were actually blessed in college with being able to have plays develop and, get to show everybody your arm talent. Then you come into the NFL and you right then understand there's 300-pound guys that haul ass, and I've got literally 3 seconds here. And that includes me dropping back, making a read, and not having the ball in my hand when 2nd 4 comes. I just don't think it's
If you take 3 seconds in today's NFL, you're getting sacked.
Well, I say it's got to be gone right when you hit 4. Because a lot of times if you say 4, you're down. But yeah, you got 3 seconds to throw the ball. 3 seconds max, right?
At max, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Depending on your O-line.
So that's where I'm at with him. We'll see. We'll see. I do think he's got an upside to him that we haven't seen. But we'll see. They're going to stick with him. We'll get to find out a little bit more next year.
I don't see Will Mann in here, so I'm going to say this now.
Okay.
Because if he heard me say this, he'd go nuts. He'd start praising Winston and all that stuff again. But Winston's a far better quarterback. He came into a situation just as bad as Trevor Lawrence. Because 2 years ago, Trevor Lawrence, that team was 3 years or 3 years ago, that team was in the playoffs, okay? And I'm going to say right now, Winston is a 10 times better quarterback than Trevor Lawrence was.
Look, and I'll say it like this. Winston is a better quarterback. Check this out, Johnny. Check this out. Winston is a far better, superior quarterback when he has time. But if you get Winston scrambling and doing, and he thinks he's going to win a Super Bowl every play, and he's throwing the ball when he's falling down, that's why he's not in Tampa anymore.
I'm not putting Winston in the Hall of Fame, man. I'm comparing him to Trevor Lawrence, which is 9-14. Okay, that's what I'm comparing him to. And Winston had a bad offensive line at that time because Lovie Smith had just got rid of all of our offensive linemen. Remember?
I do.
And he still outperformed what Trevor Lawrence has shown us on the field.
And I agree.
100%.
I agree he did.
And I don't want to talk about Winston more because
neither do I.
I'm a Winston fan. But let's go to Mariota. Mariota was a better.
Mariota, I'll go down that road with you. But guys, you're right. We're not going to talk about Winston because if we do, Will wake up. Like he might be using a fake name right now. He will wake up and he will be there, and he'll probably be in his bathroom. On the back of his toilet, he's got the Winston poster. And he pees sitting down facing the tank. And there's a bottle of Jergens. There's a bottle of Jergens lotion on the back of the tank. I'm just saying. All right.
What's your game of the day?
My game of the day? There's so many right there, but that's tough,
I can't
man.
lie to you. I'll give you mine right now, Lions and Falcons, because I'm ready for the Falcons to go down. Falcons and Saints need to lose today. And but I want to see the Falcons lose to the Lions. That's what I want to see.
I would too, Johnny, but the problem I have with it is that the Lions get nothing when they beat the Falcons. Absolutely nothing. They get more if they lose.
Yeah. Players play to win.
I get they do. But a couple weeks ago, I watched the coach almost throw the game away when the Detroit Lions got the ball on their own 30, and he goes for it with the lead. With the lead. He went for it. I think that was that damn, what was it? The week after Thanksgiving, whenever it was. So for me, I'm going to be, obviously, I'm big on that game. I like the Rams and the Vikings. I like that game. I think there's big ramifications for the Rams today to win this game, and I'm looking for that to happen. And then the Cowboys in Washington. Cowboys are supposed to win this game, right?
Easily.
Are they who we think they are?
The question is, do they believe that they're who we think they are? Because they are a good team. They've got the players. They seem to be playing as a team again. Finally,
Right.
I haven't seen that in 20 years. You know,
But Johnny, here we go. We're going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys
right?
going into the playoffs. And you know what happens when we start talking about that. You know I still think all the time about Romo in the playoffs. You got Bill Parcells. He comes out of retirement really to coach these Dallas Cowboys. You got Romo in there holding the snap for the extra point. That's still the Dallas Cowboys I think about right now. And them winning a playoff game, we'll see. We'll see.
I think I'm not calling no playoff winners. I haven't seen enough from them to take on the. Well, let's see. We'll see. But I do think they're a good team right now.
Johnny, go down the line with me here since I got you on here. Let's go down the line right now. Misador, you want to join us, Misador? You can join us too, Misador. Right there's the invite. If you guys click that link right there, I'll put it up.
You got the trolls back in here.
Do I?
Yeah, spammer.
Huh? There it is. I
That's
got
freaking spammers.
every time, dude. Every freaking time.
You're popular.
No, not as much as these guys think. these guys freaking think I am, but not as much. All right. Anyway, I put up the link, Misador, if you want to come in here. If anybody else wants to join us, it's open. It's open. I want you guys to run with me here on this. We're going to run through these picks here. All right. First of all, because you know, one thing we have in common, Misador's working around the house. That's cool. One thing we have in common, so we'll start out with the Bucks. I got the Bucks beating the Panthers today. Okay?
Yep. I agree.
Okay. Bills are at the Patriots. Johnny, I got the Bills winning this game today.
I agree again.
Wow. And, you know, here's the thing.
And I got my picks
the
right
real
here
deal.
too. It's not like I'm just riding a wave here. This was what I put out Thursday. These were my picks from Thursday. So
Johnny, look. Old school.
yeah.
Old school. My clipboard. So I'm ready to go here. So the Bills, look, this is going to be like the last meetup we had with the Bills and the Patriots. This is not going to be like the last meetup. The Bills are they're ready right now, and they're saying, hey, wait a second. Everybody pump the brakes. Pump the brakes on this division. Falcons. I do, Johnny. Got the Falcons winning and beating the Lions today. Only because what do my Detroit Lions fans get with the win today? What do they get? Nothing.
The Lions win because I'm picking games. I know all about that, but I've never been a tank for nobody.
And
So
so
what are they going to tank for? The one thing you really need is a quarterback, and guess what? There ain't no quarterbacks in this draft.
there's not any quarterbacks in this draft. So you know what you do? You just get a couple more of those pieces that you need. Get another piece on the offensive line.
You've got 2 first-round picks there already, so
Yeah.
you can trade one of those and gather more picks.
I'm telling you, for the first time in a long time, Detroit may be something in a couple years.
Absolutely, they got the pieces to work with, and they got the draft picks to work with. So
We'll see. The Chargers are at the Texans. I got the Chargers winning this game today, Johnny.
Even though for some strange reason the Texans haven't had I think they're 3-1 against the Chargers, which is surprising. But
Yeah,
I'm still taking Chargers over. They're just too talented.
they are. I'm with you 100% on that. All right, moving along. We got the Ravens at the Bengals today. The Ravens got a quarterback that I've never seen play. I just haven't. I missed it.
Josh Johnson?
Yeah, I missed it.
Did you
I don't
blink
even
when
know
he was
that
in
they got
Tampa?
Josh Johnson. Do they got Johnson starting?
Yes.
Okay.
Trey, the other one, Trey, the backup, he got sick too. So,
Oh, okay. So they got Josh starting.
yep.
Okay. Even so, that's not enough. I got the Bengals winning today. Who you got, Johnny?
We're too much in sync, man. I got the Bengals.
Okay. The Jags at the Jets. I already called this one. I got the Jaguars winning this game today.
Yeah, I got the Jets on this one.
Okay. First difference we had, Johnny. Right there.
Yeah, it's just I just went home field advantage because
Right.
they're
So close.
identical teams.
It's so close. I think the Jags are a little better defensively. I kind of like that. Rams are at the Vikings. I got the Rams winning this today, and it's huge. Huge.
Yeah, I do too. Misador said Pinkett won't be bad in the NFL. I don't see him as a starter. I don't see anybody in this draft as a starter. Honestly, I'll tell the best person in this draft is equal to the worst person in last year's draft.
I'll agree with you on that. You know, and it's crazy because the NFL's been blessed with quarterback talent for quite a while here, and it's looking like it's drying up right now. But they really have. Jeffrey Todd.
That's true too. I like that.
Carter
comment.
is a stud. They don't use him like they should. All right. We got the Giants at the Eagles. I got the Eagles winning that one today.
Ditto. Same thing.
The Bears at the Seahawks. Nick Foles wants to show you why he went to Disney World. Okay.
I
The
got
Super
Seahawks
Bowl.
on that one.
Super Bowl winning quarterback Nick Foles says, hey, guys, watch how I get paid. Every time you think I'm not going to get paid, watch how I get paid. I sit
You got
around.
a point there. You got a point there.
I sit around, I watch things implode around me, and I just kind of sit there. I watch it happen, and then next thing you know, they say, oh, hey, Nick, we need you Sunday. Okay. Well, Nick Foles is going to show everybody how he gets paid in the NFL, okay? He is. So I got the Bears winning in Seattle today.
I got Seahawks. I don't know why. They're both bad teams right now.
They are, and the Seahawks are at home, but I'm just taking the Nick Foles experience.
It's kind of like Kirk Cousins. I find it very hard to pick the Vikings if it's the game after 4:00.
You know what? I'm going to tell you.
And he tried to.
That's
get that
the
last year
hardest
away.
team for me, week in, week out, is picking against the Vikings. It is. What am I getting from Delvin Cook? What am I getting from Kirk Cousins, Thielen, all these guys? It really is, man. It's such a hard pick for me all the time.
I'd like to see JJ go somewhere.
Yeah.
other than there.
Right.
That guy, Justin Jefferson, is the real deal.
He is the real deal. He is the real deal. All right, you got the Steelers at the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs even without Kelsey. We know why.
I got Chiefs also. And Roethlisberger can't throw the ball 15 yards. Not accurately.
We know for sure that's it for him. We know for sure that's it for Ben this year, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Bad
All
year
right,
for them.
What's that?
Bad year for the Steelers to have to go look for a quarterback.
I know, but hey, wait a second now, Johnny. Would you take a Russell Wilson?
Well, Russell Wilson's already said he wants to go to the Saints or two other teams. I couldn't remember who. One West Coast team and one East Coast team, a Midwest
Okay.
team.
So what about this? Would you take a Garoppolo?
I would. He's a game manager. I need him. You need a game manager, man.
He is a game manager. He won playoff games with only completing 9 passes.
Yep.
His team went to the Super Bowl that way. That's how Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl.
Yep.
Okay. So you got Garoppolo. Okay. There's somebody for you in Pittsburgh. I think it's going to be actually. And then what about Deshaun Watson? If he does leave Texas, would he go to Pittsburgh?
No.
No?
I don't think. No, he said Miami was the only team he is willing to sign off on.
And he does got the no trade clause.
Yep. And
Okay.
Miami don't. I don't think they want him now. I think they've seen that Tua has made improvements. Thank God. The guy goes out there and runs over linebackers now.
That was a pretty good play, wasn't it?
Was that not great?
He put his head down and went. I love it. I love it. And everybody got fired up, too. All right, moving along here. We got the Broncos at the Raiders. I've got the Raiders, Johnny.
I got the Broncos.
You missed the beginning of my show, Johnny. The beginning of my show, I said that there's a lot of times that you've got quarterbacks, and I used Matthew Stafford as an example, that you've got this quarterback that's a lot better than a lot of people can see because he's on a losing team year in, year out. And I use Matthew Stafford as an example in the same way that I look into the Raiders organization and I look at Carr. I think Carr's a way better quarterback than that. Now, then I said, since 2015, who has the most fourth quarter comeback victories? His name's Derek Carr. His name's Derek Carr. Out of all the other 31 teams since 2015, the guy that has the most. What's that?
You know what that tells me is the teams get the lead on him and then take their foot off the pedal.
Yeah, but when you look at some of those wins he makes, they're all these crazy wins, man. They just are. He's got cojones.
Right.
He's got cojones.
Well, I don't doubt it. Derek Carr's not the reason. I don't even care who the quarterbacks are in this game. It's the Denver's defense.
Could we see Derek Carr on the move?
According to him, he's not going to do anything but retire a Raider.
Huh. Money talk.
I mean, he said he would retire if he was traded somewhere.
Really?
Yep.
Jeez. Kind of serious, this guy, isn't he?
A little bit.
Anyway, I got the
Become his
Raiders.
brother.
Yeah. I got the Raiders beating the Broncos today. Washington at the Cowboys. This is the one that's got me. You know, if I was going to, and I came very close, okay? But if I was going to take and make my sleeping beauty today, my sleeping beauty today would be the Washington Redskins embarrassing the Dallas Cowboys today. Is there a chance that happens today?
No.
No chance?
None.
I got the Cowboys winning too.
I got them. This is the Dak Prescott get back right game. This is the one where Dak. I see him scoring 17 points. Over.
And what about the run game for Dallas?
Well, Pollard's playing really well.
This guy
Zeke is in and out.
Pollard's made himself some money, didn't he?
Oh, absolutely.
He made himself some money.
You got announcers saying that Pollard should be the number one over Zeke and this and that, man. Yeah, he's got the NFL's attention.
I believe he does. He's gonna make some money next year. Derek Carr is always behind.
I think Derek Carr needs a good scheme there.
Yeah. But again, out of all the 31 other teams and quarterbacks, Derek Carr has the most fourth quarter comeback victories out of all of them. Anyway, the last but not least, Dolphins are at the Saints today. And if anybody wants to talk about a team getting embarrassed today, it's going to be the Saints. The Dolphins are going to get the win in New Orleans Monday Night Football.
I couldn't make myself pick the Dolphins, although my heart wants to pick the Dolphins. My head's like they just don't have that firepower. But then again, they do have a good defense. If they had a better running game, I would jump on it.
I just think that based on the run they're on, the locker room with this team, the emotional wins they're getting, I think they're going to be able to put it together, man. I really do. And I think on the hindsight of that and the whole flip side of that is the locker room and potential dysfunction that's in New Orleans.
Yeah.
They've got to make some changes.
I'll tell you what, this is a strength of schedule game that it will determine whether the Dolphins are earning that run they're on or if it's just because of the strength of schedule. This will be the toughest defense they faced.
Yes, you're right. You're right. It is. So what do we got? Misador says, if your Green Bay coach, knowing that the NFC bye is all but locked up, do you bench Aaron Rodgers and let him heal? I got to tell you this, Misador. I think that really depends on Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, my
okay.
God.
And
let
what
him heal.
does.
Let him heal. That poor toe of his. Give me a freaking break.
I think it would be whatever Aaron Rodgers wants. Remember how
I was
season,
being sarcastic, John. That damn toe comes up every week for the last 3 weeks before a game, and then he's fine. Well, this time he ain't gonna be fine. He got the damn thing stumped.
Do you think it's a real issue, the toe, or is Aaron Rodgers?
I think it's him running his mouth. Can you imagine Brett Favre crying over injuries like he does? Yeah, Jesus.
That in fact is a total different breed of a quarterback if you compare them two. That's the one thing with Brett Favre. Granted, he did get hooked on some pain meds for a few years in there, but still. Maybe that's why he didn't complain. I don't know.
That's why Misador did that. He's been watching my show. He knows I got a whole meme set up about Aaron Rodgers and his whiny ass.
You did. All right. So, and then Misador's got the Fins by 6. Saints have 16 players in COVID protocol not expected to play.
Yeah, and they got Ian Book starting at quarterback.
Book, huh?
Yeah.
Who's that?
A guy from Notre Dame they drafted last year.
Okay. Well,
he's got an arm. He can throw it downfield at least.
Yeah. Hey, I can throw it down the field, maybe 20 yards.
Yeah, that's. I'm being sarcastic about that also. But the Saints, I think I told you on one of your shows, man. The Saints are built as there's like 2 teams in the NFL that are built quarterback proof. In other words, you can put pretty much whoever you want into their lineup, and they're going to win games no matter what.
If you got Kamara,
they got Kamara. They got Michael Thomas if he ever shows up.
Yeah, I think they got to get rid of Michael Thomas. You haven't seen this guy in 2
Michael
years.
Thomas said he wanted out of there.
We haven't seen Michael Thomas in 2 years.
He's getting tired of catching slants.
Yeah.
He wants to go down the sideline, man.
Yeah. Johnny, so glad to have you on the show, man. It's been a freaking absolute pleasure, man.
Yeah, it was fun, man. I enjoyed being here. I enjoy catching your shows when I can.
Yeah.
Time for that, actually.
Send me some links, man, okay, so I know where I can watch you. Send me some links. Throw them up here before I check out.
Okay, I'll see if I can get to them.
Yeah, I want to see. I'm going to be on for another 5 minutes, and then I'm out.
All
right, Johnny. Peace. All right, there you go. Johnny Dean and Misador. You guys see him in the comments here. Both have shows that they do. So, guys, it's your chance right now. Put your links up. Put your links up for your shows. All right, so there you go, guys. Week 16. Some of my stuff in the show today was quite controversial. I hope I didn't offend anybody too bad. Guys, I mean that. I hope I didn't offend anybody too bad. But if I did, here's one. Oh, there's 2. Go figure. 2 of them bad boys sitting there waiting for you. Okay? So if I offended you, well then, sorry. F you. Let me start that over. Everybody always misses where I say F. There's nothing wrong with those words. So if I offended you, sorry. Whoa. And the horse you rode in on. Blowing you a kiss. Hi there, horsey. You're a good boy. There you go, guys. I know. That's if I offended you. And I really do hope that I didn't. Okay. There you go. Right there, guys. Look at it right there. There's a Johnny Dean putting a link up where you can see more of Johnny Dean. And Johnny Dean's incredible football IQ if you follow that link right there. Misador's throwing up some links there. You can catch Misador and his shows that are live. Johnny Dean's got another one here. Look at it. No wonder we don't ever see Johnny Dean. No wonder we don't ever see Johnny Dean with all these football shows he's on. No wonder we don't. Guys, remember, as I always tell you, and I want you to remember, as Sunday football carries on today with all these games and all these picks, we're going to keep commenting in this particular thread as it goes on, giving each other a hard time. Hope everybody had a great Christmas and that you're going to have a happy New Year coming up. Stay safe, my friends. Jeffrey Todd. It's about football, Tim. You're right. And I'm the hell out of here. Jeffrey Todd. And Johnny, thank you for sharing my link as well, buddy. I appreciate you. Everybody, have an awesome day today. I will see you guys next time. Peace out. Sports Static, the sports show for the fans and from the fans. Oh, Maria, you have a great day too, Maria. You have a great day too. Bye-bye. Oh, wait, there's another birdie. Oh, there's two birdies. Everybody get the bird seed.